Greetings, all ye adorable writers. I will be talking about my experience with Goodnovel and share some reviews. Additionally, I will provide a few tips for those who are new to this app. The first thing I want to discuss is my application experience. On my first attempt, I got rejected. I applied on 2022 to 22 because they said it's a lucky day, but it was just a day for me, not lucky. To my surprise, I received the result the next day because I was not expecting the result to come out after 24 hours. I was expecting it will take longer than 24 hours. So I made some changes to my outline and applied again. But this time it took longer than 2 weeks to get a response. Since I wasn't familiar with how to make an outline, I reached out to an acquisition editor. They taught me how to properly create an outline, to describe character, and more. With the assistance of my AE, I got the response for 5 days. Although it took longer than my first attempt, but it is better because my book finally got accepted. However, I received a non-exclusive contract when I applied for an exclusive one. Yes, that's possible in Goodnovel. They will give you non-exclusive even if you applied for exclusive if your book doesn't meet their exclusive contract criteria. It's difficult to obtain exclusive contract, but it's easy to obtain non-exclusive contract. In Goodnovel, if your book or your non-exclusive books perform well, they can invite you to change it into exclusive contract. It's important to read the contract carefully. If you want to limit the term for like 5 or 10 years, you can request it to your editor. If you don't want what is the given term in the contract. In any case, I accepted non-exclusive contract because I like freedom. Is it necessary to have an acquisition editor? No, it's not. Do you have to pay for an AE? No, you don't. They receive a commission in Goodnovel, which means Goodnovel pays them. Nowadays, Goodnovel receives high volume of book application in their platform. For some applicants, it may take a month or two to get the result of their application. However, if you have an AE, you can expect the result for less than a week, which means they can message the senior editor to prioritize your application. So you will be prioritized in the application queue. If you prefer not to involve anyone, it's alright. You can apply directly to Goodnovel independently if you are willing to wait more than a month. AEs are very helpful, but my tip regarding this is to only approach an AE if you are having trouble with the application. Like, example, you are rejected at your first attempt, so it's better to approach an AE on what kind of book this Goodnovel prefer, so they can help you to be accepted. Now that I've been accepted, let's talk about my 30K promotional experience. There are several chances for promotion, and the very first one is hitting the 30K words in your story. So that is automatic. Your book will be promoted automatically. I expected to receive the promotion the day after I hit the 30k word, but it did not happen. Goodnovel has thousands of books enlisted for promotion, so your 30k words will take time, and it is mentally unhealthy to insist that 30k words right now if that originally takes time. So it took 3 weeks before my book got promoted for that 30k word, and it's really worth the wait. I received a 2 front page promotion. The werewolf editors speak and highly praise stories here. There. So it is the front page, and readers can easily see your stories. I gained hundreds of reads, tens of subscribers, and a gen. In my observation, Goodnovel has 2 batches of promotion. First is Tuesday to Thursday and Friday to Monday. So your book will be either promoted on Tuesday to Thursday and Friday to Monday. They also have a book sale promotion. It's a special promotion where your book will be promoted in book sale for 24 hours, and it's helpful to gain readership and subscribers as well. This is one aspect I like about Goodnovel. They are not biased when it comes to promoting books. They are not just biasing exclusive books. They are also promoting non-exclusive books fairly. They are also not the type of platform that are requiring some content like spicy content for them to promote your book. No, they are only requiring you to reach 30,000 words, and your book will be automatically promoted no matter your contract type. However, there is a rule in Goodnovel algorithm. If your first promotion doesn't perform well, then your second promotion up to the very last chance of promotion you have will not be a good promotion. On the other hand, if your first promotion performed well, then you will be promoted in the front page again, which is a good promotion again. In my case, my first promotion did not perform well, so I thought I can make it better for the second promotion. I fulfilled the requirements, but unfortunately, the promotion were not worthwhile. I received the spot where only limited readers can see it. That is right at the bottom of the app. At the very bottom of the app, yan. It was placed there where it wasn't really an exposure. And based on my observation, books that performed well in the first promotion received their second promotion at the front page. So if your first promotion really performed well, then you can have more chances of exposure for your book. It is also according to my editor that if your book does not perform well in promotions, they can't give you good promotions. So that's why in my case, it's up to me to promote my book, which means you really have to present the very best version of your book before you hit that 30k words. Don't just think about promotion and overlook the quality of your book. Don't just think about gaining readers or exposure, but you're overlooking if your book is really a clickbait. So before the 30k words, you really have to make or to show the best version of your book. A catchy title, a fantastic synopsis, a creative book cover, engaging first chapters, and more. How can you tell if your book isn't performing well? It's similar to voting in election. The number of votes determine the winner. But this is not about competition. It's about how these votes will raise up your book. And Goodnovel has a voting system using gems. So the more gems your book receive, the higher your book will get a rank, and which means if you receive a 20 to 50 gems in your first promotion, it means your book is really performing well. So my tip for you is to encourage your readers to vote for your book to give you gems, because that is really helpful for a more exposure and promotion. That experience honestly demotivated me, but I continued and I completed my book after 1 year and 4 months. And right after I emailed my editor that my book is completed, I received the bonus right away. I mean, it reflected on my dashboard right away. So in Goodnovel, you will receive the signing bonus or any bonuses immediately in your dashboard income. Readers prefer completed books, so I requested from my editor to promote my book since it is completed, and it performed well somehow. You reserve the right to request a completion promotion for your book. Regarding my experience with Goodnovel senior editors, all I can say is Goodnovel has the sweetest editors. They are very responsive and they genuinely care for the writers. They will ask you how is your writing, what is your plans. They are not into casual chit chat. They just want to know any updates or progress from you as their author. I've had changes of senior editors twice. So all three of them are very kind and responsive, and they are very helpful. You cannot request to change your editor, because my experience was those editors have their personal reasons why they have to change my senior editor or to assign me to someone else. But if you want to change your editor, you will have to discuss it with your senior editor why you wanted to change, and if your reason is valid or if Goodnovel will allow, depending on your situation, they can change your SE according to your request. But mostly it is not allowed or possible to change the senior editor assigned to you unless the senior editor will leave Goodnovel. So my advice is be patient with your SE. They have like 500 authors. They are handling 500 authors per senior editor. So they are really busy persons. So give them at least 14 days, 2 weeks to respond to your inquiry or message. Overall, I've had a positive experience with Goodnovel SEs. Lastly, I want to talk about their website. Not every single feature of their website, but some of the features that focuses on writers that writers commonly use. I appreciate their scheduling feature where you will schedule your chapter to release it automatically, and I think almost every platform has it. So that helps if whenever I'm busy. I also like their author's note feature. I use it for creative short scenes or stories, and it looks cute in the interface. That's how I use author's note. However, it's important to take note that a contracted book, once your book is contracted, and you publish a chapter, you cannot delete it on your own. You have to request your SE to delete it for you, which is a bit troublesome. So before you publish a chapter, make sure that that is the right chapter. Make sure your mind is clear that this is the right chapter to post. Another tip that relates to chapter length. Goodnovel has implemented a minimum coin price of 35 coins. So if your chapter length is, let's say, 1,900 words, the coins will be higher than 35 coins. But if your chapter length is 1,500 or below, the chapter price will remain 35 coins. So that will be unfair for readers. So the best chapter length in Goodnovel is 1,800 words, because that is not less, not much, and that meets the exact price for 35 coins. It's alright to make it like 2,000 plus words, but some readers will complain because if you reach that word count, the price will increase as well. Goodnovel does have ads to unlock chapters for free just by watching ads, but in my observation, in my perspective, it's not really worth it. I mean, what you earn from those ad revenues is not really worth it. Since I am a beginner writer, I don't have much readers, so some readers will unlock the chapter through ads. I tried to make another account and I unlocked my book using the ads for a whole month, and to my disappointment, I earned $0.02 for a whole month. So that is all I earned from ad revenue for the whole month. But when I tried to unlock my books inconsistently, like I read ads once a week, I receive zero revenue ad revenues. So probably ads revenue are helpful if you have a bigger fan base to watch ads to read your books, to unlock using ads. But if you are a beginner, and your reader is using the ads to unlock your book, then that is not too much helpful. That is just my opinion. For readers, watching ads is favorable on their side, and somehow you can earn from it if you have more readers to watch it, and that's also a good feature. So far, one area where Goodnovel lacks is their profile feature, where writers can organize their profile and they can interact with their readers inside Goodnovel. But no, they don't have that feature yet. And unfortunately, Goodnovel is prohibiting writers from mentioning their social medias. So, mentioning your social media account is not allowed in their app. So that makes a sense of isolation to writers. It's hard to reach out your readers. Another important feature they're missing is the notification for comments. So when someone leaves a comment in our book, writers have no idea that someone did. we have to manually scan every chapter of our book to see if someone leaves a comment, and that is time consuming. So hopefully Goodnovel will introduce these features in the future. My final tip is for you to join their Goodnovel Facebook group page. I've learned a lot from Goodnovel because of that page, where authors can share their thoughts and questions. They can share their books there. You can interact with other writers there, and that group will keep you updated from the changes in Goodnovel. You keep you updated from others' memes, even the other writers' gimmicks in that group. It's a fun group. You will learn a lot in Goodnovel from that group. That's why I know those things about Goodnovel. And those are my experiences with Goodnovel. And I recommend Goodnovel, especially for beginning writers. Goodnovel can help you grow your fan base, to grow your readership, and at the same time earn from it. So Goodnovel is helpful for you to start your writing career. So it's okay if you did not get the result you wanted, it is not yet your time to shine. It's okay, just keep writing. If this video is helpful, then I hope you will leave a like.